Okay, this is a computation of sample standard deviation from a frequency table using Excel 2010. Alright, before I begin, I should tell you folks that this video will come in two parts since I only have 5 minutes to make this screencast, and I'm almost certain that I won't be able to finish this in 5 minutes. So this will become in two parts. This is part 1. Alright. So here you have the data in question. Column B, low, this is the low value of your class interval. And here's the high, and here are your frequencies. Okay, so for example, our first class interval is from 1 to 5, frequency is 7, and so on. Right, so let's begin. So we will start with, we always need to have a sum row. Okay, and yes, we do need to sum up these frequencies. Okay, so that we can do it by equal sum, specify where that is located. Okay, make sure you type in the colon, also the parentheses. Okay, so I have 200 data points altogether. Okay, and I also do need midpoint. So let me call this midpoint, call it MI. Okay, columns a little bit wide. Okay, and remember that midpoint is found by taking the arithmetic average of the low and high. So that will be, I can use called the average function. Type in the average, open parentheses, specify where the number that you want to average is located. That's B2 to C2, just two numbers. Okay, so midpoint for the first column is 3. And that's obvious because average of 1 and 5 is 3. Okay, and copy this down. So you got all your midpoints here, and hope you notice that we don't sum up this midpoint. Okay, now the first thing we do need to do is find the mean, and to do that we do need to take the Fi times the Mi. Right, so I'm going to tell it to multiply what's in D2 times E2. Okay, so this 21 is 7 times 3, and all we need to do is copy this down. Alright, and I do need to sum up this F column. To do that, I'm just going to copy the sum function which I already typed in, go across. Okay, so the sum is 3845. Now here it is giving me the sum of 164, which is a meaningless number. So I'm going to just erase that. Okay, so just press the space bar and it's gone. Okay, so here is my mean. My mean is found by 3845, which is at F11, divide, which is slash, by 200, which is at D11. Okay, so our mean turns out to be 19.225. Now, if I ask you to do this computation manually without using Excel, this will be a nightmarish computation because the mean is 19.225, this decimal, and you have to subtract that from each MI, which will give you decimal. And remember, eventually we gotta square that, which will get you even more decimal. So, but since this is Excel, it doesn't really matter how ugly our number turn out to be. Okay, let's continue. What we need is a deviation column. So I'm going to call this by calling MI minus the mean. So it's going to be 3, which is at F2, subtract. Where is my mean? And that's this. And remember, what we have to do is we have to enter the special symbol of dollar in front of D12. So $D, $12. Okay, and copy this down. All right, so these are individual deviation. Okay, now remember, when you sum this column up, you will not get a 0. Okay, what we'll do is, just for verifying column, we will do this computation. Okay, all right, and I'm almost out of time, so I'm going to stop here for part 1.